What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Rochelle, and I'm back with another video. Thank you guys for tuning in, liking, sharing, and subscribing. You guys are the bomb.com. Now, in today's video, I am back with a debt update. I want to share with you how it went for the month of July 2025. If that's something you want to see, then definitely stick around. Okay, so we're going to jump right into the numbers first. I have my notes here. So let's talk about how it went for the debt category. So we last left off with the Chase Sapphire credit card, which is our last high interest consumer debt. It had, I can't even remember the total balance, but we were able to pay off the Sapphire credit card in the month of July, y'all. We paid $4,141 to debt. I am excited. So, I lied. Chase Sapphire was the credit card that we paid off in July. We still have one more high interest credit card, and that is our Amazon Prime credit card. So that's what we're working on next. But for now, Chase Sapphire is done. It's in the books, and I am extremely excited. So Prime is card number 13. And then after that, we have the last two credit cards, which are low interest consumer credit cards. They're through our credit union. And so we will definitely be able to knock those out quicker. Prime, speaking of Prime, we were able to send $811 to Prime. That lowered our balance from $27,495 to $27,084. Now, my screenshots might not match what I'm saying because I am using the actual numbers after interest is charged every month. So like, you know how like you'll make a $500 payment and you're on a credit card that's $1,000 and you're like, okay, my credit card balance should be down to $500. Then boom, they add interest on because a new billing cycle has started and your credit card balance is now $525, something like that. I am going off of the $525 balance. I want to see what our true raw numbers look like as the needle moves. And I want to share that with y'all. So out of that $811 payment, $411 actually went to the overall balance and lowered it. So just to tell you how crazy interest is, half of our payment, okay? So that is why we are aggressively paying down debt as quickly as possible. Next is my personal credit card, the credit union one. I sent $416 to it. The balance went from $22,096 to $21,881. So a little better. I'll take it. And then Micah's credit card, we sent $367 to his personal credit card. It took the balance from $19,706 to $19,514. So that is it in terms of the credit cards. When you are able to make progress in the credit card department, y'all, whoo, and these balances are still high. Like for 3 credit cards, $60,000 is crazy. But what that means is, well, let me tell you about the car. So Tesla, our balance went from $21,616 to $20,756. So we sent them about $47 in interest last month. And that means that our next car payment will bring the balance to under $19,000, I think, if my math is right. So excited. It's a low interest. It's 2.49%. It doesn't make sense to aggressively pay it down when we have other interest that is higher. But what that means is since the month of May, y'all, we were able to lower our debt, our credit card debt, down by $121,121. That's crazy. I'll show you. Let's move on to the net worth category. I have Dear Debt here on YouTube to thank for this. I definitely downloaded her net worth spreadsheet that she uses in her net worth update videos. Amy is amazing. If you don't know, check out her channel. I will try to remember to link it below. She shared her debt-free journey, and now her and her family are enjoying debt freedom, and they are reaching their next financial goals. And she just inspires me to stay excited about budgeting money and being responsible and paying this debt down as quickly as possible. So thank you, Amy. She's also the reason why I use Mint Mobile. Okay. Alrighty, so if we jump into our net worth for the month of July, I have some financial goals listed above. That's just like a me thing. I'm trying to just track how close we are to our goals. So I have 4 goals listed. The first is to pay off Prime. The second is to pay off the Tesla. The third is to get our HELOC advance worthiness to $50,000, and also to save $10,000 again. This will be like the 10th time, y'all. Life has happened to us so many times. We are really good at saving money, but then medical events happen, whatever happens, and we got to spend it. It's okay. Glad we have it. But what that means is, with our progress in the month of July, we were able to shave $411 off of our Prime balance, and that brought our goal, brought us 1% closer to our goal. So 1% gone, y'all. 1% gone, 27,084 left. Now in the car, I combined what we've sent to the car from May to July that did not include interest. So our overall car payment is $888. Excuse me, goodness, $888 per month. And we were able to, in the last 3 months, lower our car balance by $1,702. That means that we are 8% to our goal, our payoff goal of paying this car off. So excited. In terms of $10,000 savings goal, we have $2,500 that we set aside in the month of June. And I pretty much have not been able to grow it since then. I had to pay for state taxes, 6-month car insurance, and that is why I still cash stuff my car insurance every month, because I cannot save for it virtually. I don't know what it is. It creeps up on me every time, and it's just one of those things where it's easier for me to save cash and do it. But at least we were able to maintain the $2,500 in the month of July. I was able to add more money to the balance because it definitely dipped below $2,500, and now we're back up to $2,500 again. My goal for the rest of the year is just to survive, y'all. I literally want to increase how much I set aside for taxes, but I also want to pay off this high interest credit card, which I think is more important at this time. I have until I don't ever pay my taxes like January, February. I will pay them in April next year. So after we pay off Prime, we will aggressively save so that we can stop owing for taxes. And I swear they keep moving the goalposts. Let me know like how it goes for you when you pay taxes. We are a W-2 family and also self-employed. And I just feel like we never know how it's going to go at tax time. There's always some new tax law, some new change. And I'm just trying to honestly take classes, watch content, and familiarize myself so that I can be better at tax time, because I feel like that is where the wealthy thrive. And I want to start building those muscles and those tools now. Okay, so if we jump down to the net worth, let's talk about the assets. And of course, this is individualized. Everybody counts this stuff differently. So rental property is valued at $153,000. I don't really check it, but once every couple months it changes. It goes up by like $2,000, it goes down by $5,000. Average $153,000. Our car is worth $27,500 according to Kelley Blue Book. We have $2,500 in savings, and our total retirement and investments comes to $125,193. That's a total combined of like my Robinhood, our Robinhood accounts. I have some Roth IRA situations for Eva and I, and then my husband's 401k. So $125K. Then our HELOC available balance at the end of July was $21,084. That's money that we can pull and draw from if we need to. So total assets, $326,777. Liabilities, mortgage, our primary mortgage, we paid that off years ago. It's $0. Our HELOC balance at the end of July was $78,155. Our car is down to $20,756. Our credit cards, this is where we really have been focusing and moving the needle, is now down to $68,479. That's those last 3 credit cards, y'all. And you can see since the month of May, man, it was ridiculous. We had almost $200,000 in credit card debt, y'all. watch my previous content if you want to know what and where and how much and all that. I'm not going into that again. So what that means, if you jump down to the net worth for the month of July, that means that we have a net worth of $159,387. You can see we've really grown things since the month of May. Honestly, I fell off tracking our net worth and our credit score and all that stuff. I was just up to my ears. I couldn't even focus on one thing. So now I feel like we're finally getting some momentum. I can breathe a little. And so since the month of May, 5694, that's crazy. Our net worth was literally just positive. It was barely positive, y'all. $5,694. That means that since the month of May, we have increased our net worth back up by $153,693. Now, I love this tracker that she made because if you keep scrolling down, you can see your milestone tracking. And we have crossed $200,000 in net worth before, but we have gotten back into debt. So this is us climbing and trying to reach this goal again. And so right now we're at the $100,000 milestone. This is our second time being here. We last reached this goal in December 2020 and again in June of 2025. And I can't wait to reach the 200K milestone again. So that is our net worth update. Now let's jump to credit score. I honestly had not logged in to see how our credit looked. And honestly, for as bad as our debt is, it just shocks me. This is all a scam. Our credit score did not change. It fluctuated by like 3 and 4 points the entire time that we've accumulated this new debt again. So Micah's credit score since paying down debt went from the 690s to the 700s. We'll take it. My credit score went from the 660s, baby, I was down bad. That's where I was, okay? 660s. And now I'm back up to the 710s. So credit score is something that we're not worried about, but we do want to improve it because honestly, the only thing we can see ourselves buying again that our credit score is heavily affected by is a car. And that's just the reality. Cars, as much as you want them to last forever and we're trying to pay down the car quickly so that we can, just have the life of the car and take care of it and all that good stuff. The reality is you are going to end up having to get a car again. My goal is to at least be able to have a down payment for the car, or at the very least have a large payment that I can make on the car after purchasing it. So that's my goal. That's our credit score update. Moving on to our savings update. It's really nothing to share. I wanted to count my cash. I do have some cash savings, but for now, our online savings, $2,500. The goal, I would love to grow this to at least $3,000 by September. I'm just going to baby it, $250 a month. If I can just at least save $250 a month in hard cash, that would be good for me. I would love to end the year with at least $5,000. So we'll see. Next up is our income. We brought in a total of $17,855 this month. Well, in the month of July, you can see it was W-2 income. Micah brought in $7,250. I brought in $4,902 in Sister Locks income. IRS refund. The literal rolling of the eyes. I mean, we go from owing to getting a check to owing. It's just like, if I ever get a credit, I almost want to tell them like, keep it in case I owe next year. But it's just so frustrating. $1,785 refund. Our rental property brought in $1,713. My virtual admin work brought in, virtual assistant, $1,500. I got $135 from you guys. Thanks for watching me. My YouTube income is steadily going up. I appreciate you guys. And then I did a brand deal for $500. I literally call it brand deal on purpose. It kills me to do brand deals, but I am doing it because I want to move this needle as quickly as possible. I don't like advertising on my channels. I don't like there's only so much money they're paying us, and we don't know how much money we're making these companies. And I I don't buy into it. I see people do very well with brand deals, and maybe I will get back to that mindset one day again. But for now, I gotta just suck it up and just do what comes my way, because it is helping. It is helping. And I did set aside money for taxes for the brand deal. What else? Oh, and we had $70 in miscellaneous income. So what that means is in the month of July, we had 8 sources of income. And if you've watched any of my content, any of my budgeting content in the past, I believe in diversifying your income and diversifying your spending. Don't ever put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, the things that I have done all over the years, I've been a nurse, I've been a travel agent, I do sister locks and micro locks now. That's hair for lock maintenance for y'all who don't know. The things that I do now that I make money from, I never would have thought I would be doing 5 years ago. And so I'm always looking to grow those income sources, especially the ones where you make money while you sleep. And so let me know in the comments what your income sources look like. Like, do you have a ton of income sources? Are you looking to grow your number of income sources? Let's talk about it in the comments. Now let's talk about our expenses for the month. Excuse me, I'm literally losing my voice, y'all. Bills, we spent $2,038 on. I finally made a decision. If you know any of my previous budgeting content, I would save my rent money in advance. Like, I would always try to stay a month ahead on rent money. So when we switched to the velocity banking method, I had to decide, okay, what am I going to do? And so what I decided is to stop getting a month ahead on rent, since we're just going to be pulling the rent every month from the HELOC, the velocity style version of the HELOC banking. And so that's what we're going to do. So I only sent $2,038 to bills. So regular bills, I only sent $1,625 to our rent sinking fund, $205 to Tesla charging bill, $179 to our electric bill, and $29 to homeschool. So that's what that was. Then next was our spending. We spent $1,903. Y'all, I don't know what's in the air. Okay. I don't know what it is. I have no good excuse for why we are spending so much money other than the price of everything is going up. We aren't doing anything differently. We aren't traveling. We aren't saving for travel right now. Like, I don't even know. All I can do is go to my tracker and see, like, because usually we have a goal to send, let me see, 500 every 2 weeks from Micah is $1,000, and then 150 every other week from me. So our budgeted total spending is $1,300 a month. But for some reason, y'all, it was more this month. Let's see what it was. Let's find out together. So we had the usual spending from Micah's account for food and everything. He sends $500 every time he gets paid to our spend account. Oh, this also includes Micah's play money. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was about to get upset. But Micah gets $200 every time he gets paid to spend the way he wants. I mean, he's making all his money. Can he at least keep $200 every 2 weeks? And then that also covered bank fees and some miscellaneous spending. Micah had a huge accomplishment this year. I don't share everything with y'all, but we wanted to do something nice for him. So we took him out to eat and we bought him some cologne. So that came to $288. So, okay, I feel better now. I feel better. Alrighty, then $650 went to my independent contracting team. Taxes, sinking fund, $570. I'm separating that out, carving that out now so I can keep an eye on it. We paid our property manager $257 for the rental property, managing that. $190 went to sinking funds, $475 went to savings, $280 to miscellaneous, $196 to subscriptions. We'll talk about that in another video. I don't even have time for that today. $151 to buffer, $125 to gifts, and $80 to cash. So sometimes I randomly get cash. Like, you got to put the energy out, y'all. So all my friends, my clients, everybody, like, they'll be like, listen, girl, I found $5 in my wallet and you know I can't stand cash. So here go your $5. That is how I cashed up. So sometimes sometimes I'll go out to eat with friends and we'll, like, one person will pay the bill and everybody will be like, take cash, Rochelle. You pay the bill so you can have some cash because we know you like that. And I'm like, Y'all get me. Y'all get me. So that's why my cash numbers don't always line up with my actual amounts that I pull from an ATM. My circle don't play about me and my cash. Next up, wait a minute. What that means is 40% went to our expenses. $7,151 total out of our income. So basically $7,000 out of the $17,000 went to living off of. And so that is 40% of our income. I would like to lower that to like 30% just to be comfortable, but 40% is where we are. Then the last category is debt expenses. Y'all, this is where most of our money goes to. The other 60% of our income in the month of July went to debt. We sent $4,363 to our regular debt payments. Let's see what that was. Debt payments. So that was the car payment. That was the Prime credit card. My website annual bill came out. That's always ridiculous, like $400 something. vidIQ. I used undebt.it. Hootsuite. Then we had the credit card interest. The credit card interest on all the cards that we paid off. Micah's Apple Card. My Apple Card. Eva's business, she purchased a tent sign for her to use at farmer's market. I paid for a course because I'm always trying to stay up on the latest as far as sister locks, micro locks, and interlocks. So yeah, a lot of stuff like that. Car charging. Yeah, okay. Rental property, HVAC. I'm cool with that. Debt snowball. $4,141. We know about that. We talked about that already. Chase Sapphire. And then an additional $2,200 into the HELOC. I just went ahead and started using the HELOC again, y'all. Just get used to chugging money toward it. Boom. So that means that we sent a total of $10,704 to debt in the month of July. That might be my thumbnail. That's 60% of our income. Can you imagine what we could have done with that 10K if we did not have debt? If that don't motivate you, I don't know what will. That's all for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Until then, peace, love, and budgets.